like with regards, you mentioned the Constitution, the the importance of the Constitution, even though, yeah, like you said, they're not following the Constitution. So it's like they keep not following the law, but then bringing in reasons to change the law because they haven't followed the law originally, or they do new mandates and legislation and all that stuff. But it's like, well, if you followed that piece of law, we wouldn't require this bill that you're touting at the moment.
Well, it's interesting. It makes the whole thing completely invalid. So Daniel Andrews has been directing, and the chief health officer, they've been directing the police in the performance of their duties. That's inconsistent with Section 51 of the Victoria Police Act, the definition of a constable at common law. And you look at the actual definition of constable, because it says all police have the duties and powers of a constable at common law. So there's no definition there for constable at common law in the Act. So you go to the Australian Legal Dictionary and it says a constable cannot be directed by the government or senior police as to who they should or should not prosecute. They're answerable to the law and the law only. And then there's case law for that. And the case law it's a UK case. It's been cited in Australian cases many times. R versus Commissioner of the Police Metropolis Ex Parte 1968. And in this particular case, and it's been cited many times, the police were being directed by the judiciary, and then they weren't able to direct them to do anything other than to write a report. But we've got the police literally going around arresting people, giving fines, shutting down businesses from the government. But they have independent authority. So basically the police have just submitted to the wishes of the government, even though they're not meant to be being directed by the government. And that's in case law, that's in the Victoria Police Act, and that's in the definition of the office that they hold. So everything's wrong. Everything's wrong. There's no law anymore. They just do whatever they want. And then they write a bill allowing them to do the things that they were doing against the law in the first place. Daniel Andrews should be put in jail, but then how do you get the police to put him in jail when they're taking the orders from him? Well, you see, that's called acting under dictation. That's how you get a dictatorship. It's when the people that have authority over their office, independent authority, allow some some superior authority that doesn't have discretion in their office to dictate to them. That's exactly what's happened.
Yeah.